Greetings, I'm Captain Merge, and I'm back with the Sunday Sampler. This week we're going to be taking a quick look at the Walking Vegetables. This is a rogue-lite twin-stick shooter published by Merge Games and Tagstar Games and developed by Steer Running. And as usual, this is a review copy. And yes, I realize it's Monday, the plans of mice and men and all that. Well, let's just go ahead and press any button to start. And this is our character. We're in the police station. The story of the Walking Vegetables is an alien race that came down and animated all the vegetables, and we're an 80s badass cop who have to deal with it. And let's just start off right off the bat with just the visual style. As you may see, like right there, there is a VHS effect to this game. Thankfully, you can turn that off. And I'm going to do so right now. Because I'll be perfectly honest, with the amount of action that this game actually has, that little distortion effect is very, very distracting. And you have to really pay attention to this game. And I will give the developer props for including both a screen shake and a screen flash option as well, because the full intensity screen flash is actually very bright. I won't, well, I don't suffer from seizures from screen flash, but the fact that I think you could turn this off, yeah, you could turn it off completely. I'm just going to turn it down to 50%, so it's still there, but not as intense. The fact that both these options are here is very nice, as well as the VHS effect. Yes, I realize that it does have a 80s theme, even though it doesn't really do much with its 80s theme or 80s time period. It's nice that they included that, so huge props for that. And this is the secondary character. Unfortunately, don't have a local person to play with. It is local co-op only, unfortunately. It would be a fun game to play online co-op, but I do realize that it's not as simple as saying, well, let's make this online, and that's it. There's a lot of stuff to go on behind the scenes, and this is a smaller roguelite twin-stick shooter, so I understand the fact that there is no online co-op, even though I'd love to see it. So let's just dive into skills dive into skills and talk a little bit about unlocks real quick. There is two systems to unlock. One is just these various achievements. I mean, that's what these are. And I've only gotten one so far, which honestly is a little bugged because whenever I got that, it did the splash screen and said I unlocked it, but it's still showing 9 of 10. I mean, it's still active, but yeah. That's killing the first boss, but some of these are rather tough to get, like unlive 150 vegetables with fire. That requires certain weapons, and it's actually a lot harder than you would think. And some of these require doing specialized things, like batting grenades towards someone, and that requires you actually finding grenades. Your starter weapons are mug of coffee, which I think gives slowdown, but I'm not 100% certain. I'm pretty sure that's what it does. And a simple pistol, and that is really it. With unlimited ammo, and as you get better guns, you have limited ammo, but ammo drops. You know this drill, right? I mean, you played twin stick roguelites, right? Anyway, some of these are a bit much. Like getting 100 rad rocks. That's the other unlock, which I'll show you in just a moment once we get to the actual game. Those, I think, only drop from bosses. I haven't found them anywhere else, and they're also used to get the next, or unlock various weapons and pickups and melee weapons and that sort of thing. But you only get a handful each time you defeat a boss, and I'm not sure if defeating, the first part boss gives a certain amount, then this next tier boss gives more, because I haven't actually gotten past the second part of this game yet. So let's just go ahead and go right into things, because I don't think there's really anything else to talk about in here. And I will say that there's no tutorial. It just throws you right into the midst of things. You get out of your DeLorean, and this is pretty much, the game. Right click to attack, and you have vegetables and actually fruit as well, because we saw a lemon there. And this is a roguelite, so The enemies that we see are somewhat randomized out of the pool. That's, I guess, a parsnip, but I'm not sure what that is. And this is the gateway to the boss for the first area. So we have broccoli, we have chilies, we have lemons, and what is that noise? Whoa! We have a bonus area. Only encountered one of these in 3 hours. Unfortunately, I would have loved to been able to go into this with better weapons, but that's the rub of it. So, got past wave 1, which was better than what I did last time. Oh, and there is a giant blueberry. Thankfully, dying here doesn't cause you to die in the real game. So it's just... Oh, come on, die. And you can just see how varied the enemies are, which is a very nice touch, because I'll be perfectly honest, seeing the name of the game and not before really reading the full title of it, I was expecting a zombie game, and this is the same general idea as your various zombies games, but with vegetables, and it adds a lot more variety to the offerings. Granted, the fact that they did break theme a little bit by including fruits and that sort of thing, and fungus, because mushrooms don't count as well. But I'm kind of picking on them. I mean, it's kind of just fun ribbing, to be perfectly honest. Whoa, didn't see the carrot there. We'll see how much longer we last. I mean, granted, this is a huge boon to us. Whoa, that is a bunch of peas. Come on. And it actually gives us a really good start to this run. Because usually you have to wait a little bit before you get guns. Come on. Yeah, I'm happy to focus a little bit. Come on, get the health. Oh. Get the health. Wave 7. First time I did this, I had 1 health going in, so I didn't... Well, it does reset your health, but I didn't have great weapons. Granted, I also didn't have really good weapons coming into this, and I really didn't understand the game all that well. Whoa! Didn't see the leak sneaking up on me until the end there. Granted, we did start off... get a sniper off the bat. That's not a bad sign of things to go. Oh. Jerk. Okay, so we ended up with a key. We ended up with... You can see the rad rods there. That's the secondary currency, which doesn't reset in between runs, which is a little bit of a strange thing that they have it on this screen where all the other currency resets. Oh, and the shop is open. Sometimes you have to get keys for that. So we'll go in here and see what we have. And, well, I just kind of showed you that the game isn't as luck dependent as other roguelites would. You're not as dependent on your individual drops, because I did fairly well with just the starter weapon. Okay, so these are the various crates. We have ammo boxes, which gives different types of ammo. I'll bring up the ammo wheel, which has a very nice slowdown effect. So right now we just have 2 guns. And this is the bullets. So I just have 116, just 116 bullets, no shotgun shells, no explosives, and no alien rounds. So picking up an Uzi would actually give me a lot of ammo. The alien pistol will give me well, I would have plenty of ammo for the Uzi. The alien pistol, picking it up, I would have not much ammo because it does give you a few rounds. And this is where you... well, you turn in rogue-lites to unlock the new guns. Unfortunately, it requires 15. I have 9. I would have to get 2 more boss kills. So let's just grab an Uzi, get some more guns, put the sniper on as well. That seems like a good start. And we'll head out and start working on our progress, because this is a roguelite. So the individual doesn't seem as powerful as I was hoping, but it's better than the starter pistol at least. And it also, well, because we have the sniper, we would also see drops of bullets. But well, the game pretty much has you go through, hit various battle arenas. There's chilies there, you have to watch out for those. And just murder things. Down to 100 bullets, but we'll grab some of this. Whoa! Another bonus zone? Really? Does the game know I'm recording it? Back, I say. This is the first time I've seen 2 of these. I'm slowly losing out my ammo, though. Oh. And the oranges, well, oh, I'm not doing nearly as well this time around. Whoa! Whoops. Plus side, that does give me maximum health again. Oh, now see, I wish I would have had the Tommy gun going to that, because that's a lot better weapon. But that's the way things bounce, especially on a roguelite. I have no idea what triggers those, actually, if it's just random, if this is luck of the draw, or what. But, I wanted to talk a little bit about how things kind of mix into the background, particularly with these oranges, or not oranges, but the lemons. You can see how the lemon leaves an acid pool behind it as it's attacked, but also whenever you shoot it, it leaves, well, lemon juice. I mean, blood, whatever. But because how similar those look, those kind of get lost in the mix. And the same could be said for some other attacks, particularly when there's a lot of fire going around and chilies are attacking you. It's hard to see at a glance just what attacks are incoming and what you're having to deal with. Not game breaking, it's something that you learn to deal with, but I wish it was a little bit more clear. And also, since we're... Oh, I'm not doing all that well this time around. Since we're talking about clarity of things, we got a safe with an alien shoddy. So we'll not really replace, we're just putting away the sniper. You can see the fence here, how it goes around, but the north and south facing, or I guess east and west south facing fence is very difficult to see. There's a couple other things like that. Particularly buildings can sometimes be a little obscuring and that sort of thing. Once again, something you learn to deal with, but that something that could have been dealt with a little bit better in my opinion. So now because we have an alien shotgun, we're going to start seeing alien ammo, and I was heading back for the health. And it does seem like certain ammos are more rare than others, like normal bullets are the most common, with alien bullets being slightly less common. Shotgun ammo seems about the same, but shotgun ammo tends to be a lot more powerful as well. And with explosive ammo, once you get the ability to see it drop just by having the explosive weapon being the most rare, let's pop into a building. Clearing these buildings, well, for one, doing 3 of them without destroying anything, which is a lot tougher than you would think. I haven't actually pulled that one off yet. But but also all the destroyable stuff allows you to. Oh, I'm out of Tommy gun ammo. But thankfully, there's a lot in here. Like you can see all the little things I destroyed in here. It's a lot tougher than you would think, but it gives you a lot of resources to deal with. Like I just refilled my health. I got a couple keys. And also clearing up these, that's a shiv, that's a melee weapon. I prefer my baton to that. I like the sledgehammer though, it's really powerful. Ooh. Okay, so we have a bazooka. Excellent. I'll hold it into reserve. But because of all the little... catch-up mechanic is probably not the proper term for it, but the ability to grind out health or grind out equipment by just sitting around doing these buildings and collecting a loot and then going to the shop and having well, that was a short building. Being able to just buy weapons if you're having exceptionally bad luck. Like right there is a health kit. You don't see many health kits, so I'll just leave that here. So if it comes down to it, I could return here. I could always re-enter buildings until I leave the area. It makes the game less luck dependent, like I was talking about. And I could also unlock some of these extra buildings to be able to have more stuff. But that also eats up keys. I can see my ammo is already back up to over 200 just by using the alien shoddy for a while. I do wish that there was some sort of... Oh, I lost a little bit of ammo down to the pit. Oh, and I didn't see the P until it was too late. But if need be, I could go get that that health kit. I could go just grind up my money because I have over 3,000 money right now, but that's also due to hitting 2 bonus areas. I could just go over here to the shop and buy the health kit, get one of the 2 ammo boxes. This entire shop randomly picks what it has. Yeah, pretty much standard for roguelites, but it also doesn't restock. So if I don't get really good draws, then I may be a little bit screwed. Granted, having a really good run this time around, so don't have to worry too much about that. So we'll just bug out. We'll head another place, and really, there's not a lot more to talk about. My only other, other kind of complaint is that I wish the mini map, which you can see it's sort of a radar and shows the buildings, was a HUD element, because the game just loves to pop enemies up behind you. Not a game break. Once again, no real deal breakers, but it would have been a nice thing to have, especially since right there I can see that I have one more enemy right here. And there we go. And we get a sledgehammer, which is actually really good. It's a lot slower using, but it deals a hell of a lot more damage, like right there. So if you're not batting a lot of projectiles back, which I'm not even sure if you can do that to the fireballs, it's a really good weapon to just one-shot something like that. Okay, you can hit the fireballs. Good to know. Come on. Unfortunately, because of how slow it is, it's a little hard to hit. So we'll just grab some bullets. Well, we're good enough on bullets. We'll just go to the end of the first world. See if I can finish the... Well, it has a choice of at least 2 bosses. Maybe more. Oh. Okay, where's the last one? Okay, where? Oh, there you are. pickaxe. Like, here's the kind of the polar opposite. Faster. So we have one more in the upper left. Oh, starting to kind of leak health though, so we'll go in here, grab health. Yo, what the hell? We'll grab some ammo as well. And why am I using the Uzi over the Tommy gun? That's one of the, yeah, it's very easy to swap out and not really realize that you had. Okay, so just by, you know, like right there, I switched to the bazooka. Okay, was it here? Yes, it was. We'll grab this health. That brings us up fairly well. So let's head up to here. Oh, and a P got me. And a golden chest, which unfortunately I don't have a key for, so let's hit a building. Like I said, luck does factor somewhat into it, but not as much as you would think for the genre, which I don't have a problem with. A shotgun. Granted, I don't have a lot of bullets, so we'll still use the alien shotty, at least for now. But better than what we were doing. Oh, there's a key, which we may have to use for the, well, not really have to, but we'd have an option for the end of the building. But overall, oh, there's a spare key, and right there is a ammo box, which we'll grab and hit the golden chest as well. It's hard to argue with the ammo boxes. I do wish that they had more help and more just general lore in the game. Maybe it's just me being a little bit spoiled from playing Enter the Gungeon. Because every single gun has a lot of story, every enemy has a fair amount of story. You don't really get that with this game. Not a detriment, it's just, yeah, something I wish it would have been seen. It would have been hilarious to read through the Farmer's Almanac, for example. Okay, let's head down here, hit another building for another key. Oh. Didn't get a key, but got some more monies. Could always hit the shop, which is a terrible idea. Or could always just try to get achievements as well, or skills or whatever. So buy a key. If I buy the chest, I still have to unlock it. We do not expect vegetables as payment. Can't blame me there. Okay, so let's go hit the last area, then I'll show you the boss, and then we'll wrap things up. Overall, I've enjoyed my time with this. And as you progress through the game, it unlocks more the variety of the game. So even though we're seeing just a handful of enemies, we're... Oh, get off of me. Okay, where did you go? There you are. Okay, there should be one more. There is. Then we're gonna get a guy land with the key. And then we're gonna do a dance of death. Can you tell I've done this before? I'll get the key for the boss area. Unfortunately, we're going in with 2 health, so I'm not expecting a lot out of this, but you never know. But on the plus side, at least I showed a fair amount of the game. And as you do more of the areas, it also becomes a little bit more insane. So let's see what we get. Oh, this guy. The rogue-lite. I haven't really been using my coffee either. I should have. Talk about timing on the health. Sorry, just focusing a little bit. Not sure if I'll get them, but I'll try. Come on. Stay on target. Stay on target. Oh. And you get a few red rocks, some stuff, some explosives. Oh. You can see I'm up to 12 now, so I think one more boss fight would do it. The rogue-lite is actually the easier of the bosses. There's a thing carrying a coconut. I know it's not a couple of swallows. But let's head over to the second area. We'll hit the shop, and that'll be a good place to kind of wrap things up, assuming I don't instantly die, of course. Plus, it also lets you see possibly a couple more enemies. Carrots, leeks. Oh, there's potatoes. Just get into the shop. Oh. But yeah, that is the... Oh, a minigun. Sorry. I haven't seen the minigun before, and that is expensive. Kind of want to get the minigun now, but I don't have enough money. And, you know, let's just go out, have some fun, and see if we can grind up the minigun while I do my ending spiel. Overall, I like the game. Is it something that that sets the world on fire? No. But it's a competent little twin-stick shooter roguelite. And does well enough that I think it's at least worth a look. Yes, there are things that I can clean up a little bit more. Oh. Unfortunately, I don't have a key for the ammo box, but I'm not that low on ammo right now. Yes, there are things I could clean up. There's things that I could do better, like right there. Some of the darker colors on the street is a little hard to see. Or lemon juice versus acid, that sort of thing. But overall, not bad at all. Come on, just die. And the fact that you're able to just sit here and grind is probably, it's used negatively a lot, and I could definitely understand why, but in this case, being able to just kind of deal with a bad run of luck on the generation just by, not sure what got me there, but oh well. But being able to do overcome a bad roll of the dice by just grinding out and getting money and going to the shop is a nice change of pace. Because usually roguelites are very limited on their enemies. You'll go through an area and that's it. But this, they're constantly respawning, and that's both a positive and a negative for the game. I'll quit out so we go back to the opening screen and we don't have as much crying in the background from the onion. Yes, there is an onion that cries. But overall, I enjoyed the game. I think it's well worth a look-see. It's usually $9.99, but it's 20% off for its launch sale. Bring it down to $7.99 for until October 4th. And if you're a fan of the rogue-lite twin-stick shooter genre and want something that you murder vegetables in, well, it's definitely right up your alley. Not perfect, but I think its negatives aren't that extreme. And besides, 3 hours in and I'm able to get to the second area pretty regularly. I don't think the difficulty curve is that bad. I'm not that skilled in these games. But that wraps us up for this week. As always, constructive feedback is greatly appreciated, either in the comments below, or if you don't really have anything to say but want to let me know that you've enjoyed or hated this, hit the appropriate buttons and subscribe if you wish to see more of the Sunday Sampler, even when it comes out on a Monday, or my other content. As always, thank you for watching, and as we have the smooth jazz going in the background, I'll say see you next time.